What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Sessions right here on YouTube. I'm Albert Albanese, and next to me, I have a very special guest.
Hi.
You can introduce yourself.
I'm Tamara Therese, his girlfriend.
That's right. I'm the very, very lucky individual who gets to call this girl my girlfriend. So we decided that we were going to jump on just a minute or two early, just to kind of let everybody shuffle and file in, kind of get King Super Harry Flynn. What's up, guys? Kind of get everybody acclimated, into the room, because as you guys know, this is a watch along. Andy Ruiz, what's up, buddy? How are you? So today, if you guys have the WWE Network, I would suggest you firing up the 1998 King of the Ring and forwarding to, you guys know how to use the network. You scroll down to the bottom, you pick the match, go to Mankind versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. That's about, I think it's the 1 hour and 47-minute mark, almost right on the nose on the network. And that's what we're going to be watching. So I'm going to wait for everybody to come in to queue up their network and get everything ready. And we'll start in a little bit. But first, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a background as to why we're doing this live stream. Well, Andy, so if you, I know that social media may not be everybody's thing, but if you guys follow me on social media, for the past couple of days, I've been talking about that we're going to be doing this live stream, and the live stream is going to be because Tamara here isn't really a wrestling fan at all.
No, I'm not.
So, what's up, Jay Marshall? So let everybody know how much wrestling you know about.
Okay. Well, I didn't really know much about wrestling until I started dating him, who's like an encyclopedia of the WWE and everything else. And I guess the only person I really heard about and like I know him because he's everywhere is The Rock. So I'm a fan of him just because of his acting. But I also knew that he was a wrestler, obviously. And I also know about Andre the Giant from The Princess Bride. So anything acting basically is what I'm into. And yeah, I just not into wrestling at all. So I can clarify that that's true.
So for those of you who thought that maybe I was lying about the fact that when Dave asked me how many wrestlers my girlfriend can name and she only named 2 and it was The Rock and Andre the Giant, now you know why, and you know I wasn't kidding. I actually the other night I showed her The Rock versus Stone Cold WrestleMania 17, the main event, and she was like, "Oh, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've seen that guy before." That's the most she's known about him. Just, I've seen that guy before. So as you can see, she's not a big wrestling fan at all.
Guilty.
So to answer your question, Inigo Montoya, which, yeah, exactly. The name is based on The Princess Bride, which I know.
Oh, shit, we got Inigo Montoya on the chat?
I knew that would get you excited.
That's so awesome.
So the reason why, to answer your question, Inigo, this is not her first match. The first match I actually watched with Tamara was the Sasha Banks. Jose, what's up, buddy? How are you? The Sasha Banks versus Bayley match from TakeOver, the first ever women's main event in NXT history.
Yeah. And
we watched that together. And since then, she's seen a few other ones: Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax,
Roman Reigns,
and Jey Uso. More recently, Hell in a Cell.
That was really good.
We also watched the Bayley and Sasha Hell in a Cell match that was recently, and like I said, we did Austin versus Rock the other night. So she's seen wrestling before, but what she really hasn't seen is Attitude Era level wrestling,
like hardcore.
Yes.
Oh, got it.
Like Andy Ruiz just said, it's a crazy match and very historic for wrestling. So
gotcha. So this is a pretty epic match.
Yes, okay. Yes. So my thought process was, if we're gonna have her come on here and talk and react to wrestling, it's got to be something that's gonna get her excited and be different. She'll be hearing that in not too long of a time, Jose. But this is by and far one of the more extreme matches that you're gonna see, and it's gonna be some stuff that you didn't think that you would probably ever see. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. All right, so we got like 8 people in here now. It's a good start. We'll wait like another minute or two just to have everybody file in, and just to, like I said, we're doing a watch along today. That's why I made sure I put it in the description for everything. It's the 1998 Hell in a Cell match from King of the Ring, Mankind and the Undertaker. So if you guys, like I said, if you have the network or you have any other device that you can queue it up, we'll try to watch it together, and we'll watch along as Tamara goes through her first ever very hardcore contest.
Thank you, Andy.
She is. I'm extremely lucky. You trying to fix our headroom here?
Yes, I'm giving us less air.
Look at you.
I learned this in camera acting class.
So Tamara acts, so that's why you're just waiting for AJ. I'm like, Harry, did anybody tell AJ about this? AJ told me, I want to say a month or two ago, he was like, hey, can you do a Saturday stream and let me know when you're going to do it beforehand? I did this time. So he's got no excuse. If he doesn't see it, on his notification bell didn't go off that I was going live. And if he didn't follow me on social media, then this is what happens. He's gonna miss out on the good stuff. So
maybe he's on a car ride. Who knows?
Who knows? We don't know where AJ is, unfortunately. But I tried to give him all. I jumped into Dave's chat. You guys know, I jumped into the live stream yesterday, hoping that everybody that was there, that had the time to jump in today, would be able to. So that was the goal. But all right, you know what? It's 8:05. I think everybody that's gonna be here. Give me a minute. I'm trying to find it. Okay, Inigo. You let me know when you're ready to go,
yeah,
and then
you let us know.
And then when you're ready to go, we're gonna get it ready to go because I've already got it queued up because I'm a professional.
Val Venice. Who's Val Venice and D'Lo Brown?
Yes, Tommy. I'll start showing her butthead matches when she gets a little bit more into wrestling.
Butthead?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing?
Yeah, between me and Tommy, it is.
All right, butthead. Got it. He's here.
Oh, AJ Envoy, what's up, buddy? Dude, I've been trying to have everybody. EJK, what's going on, man? I've been trying to let everybody know that we were going to be doing this tonight because you wanted a Saturday night stream, and you asked me about this 2 months ago, and I haven't had the opportunity to do it. But now that I did, I try to broadcast it everywhere I could. But I don't think me and you follow each other on social media anywhere, so I don't think you knew this was coming. But I tried. Just let the record be known that I tried.
Now you got it.
Yeah, now he's here, so I guess all the efforts paid off.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna wait for Inigo Montoya to get his WWE network up and running. So for anybody who is in here in the last minute or two that hasn't heard me say this 75 times, 1998 King of the Ring live stream. We're doing Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. So as soon as Inigo Montoya gives me the sign that he's ready to go, I'm gonna do a countdown.
I wonder what Inigo's sign would be. I feel like you need the sword to have a sign, I'm ready or something like that.
He might throw, I don't know where he lives, but he might throw a sword through this window, to be honest.
Inconceivable.
King Super, just the match. Tamara is going to sit through 4 hours of the Royal Rumble tomorrow. I don't think she's going to be sitting through 3 hours of the 1998 King of the Ring to do the entire thing. We're just going to do one match.
I'll be drinking, so that'll help. But hi, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, at least she gets the Rumble matches, which are the coolest matches in the world to watch. She's watched me watch a couple of them.
Bless her. I know. Thank you.
The luckiest man ever. Face up. What's up, buddy? AJ Envoy. I hope there's no bad blood going on now because they're both here. So let's try to interact and be adults. I know it might be hard for some of you.
Yeah, we could use a little battle every now and then. No, I'm kidding. I'm not encouraging this.
I'm just scared she's going to beat me up, to be completely honest.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, let's just see how this goes first.
Thanks. We got 4 likes already. You guys are great. I really appreciate all that. So, yeah. Get this out of there. Oh, no. This is what happens when I click on things. No, definitely not, Hosey. Definitely not. No, we just have a bet. I bet that Big E will win the Rumble. Okay. What was, you know what? I'm not even going to ask what the bet was. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. I want to find out on the live stream the next time we're all together.
Screw it. It won't let me find it. No.
That's so weird. All right. So what I did, I went over on the left-hand side of the menu to pay-per-views. I don't know, Indigo, if you're trying to do this on your on like your phone or whatever, because can we we're at the 140. Yes, Hosey, the 1 hour and 47-minute mark. Yeah, right on the nose. WG Phil, what's up, buddy? All right, so you know what? We're just gonna go for it. Indigo, I'm sure that once you're able to find it, you can kind of fast forward and you'll be able to tell where we are. Albert, who do you got in the Super Bowl? Do you think that I want Brady to win anything? Come on, base up. You know me better than that. Absolutely not. Chiefs all the way. Screw the Bucks. Screw Gronk. Screw Brady. Let's go Chiefs. All right, so we're gonna get started. So here we go. Everybody, get your remotes ready. I'm gonna give a 5-second countdown. We're gonna click play, and we're gonna get into it. All right, so here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Now I have the volume on. It may be a little distracting. I hope it's not too distracting, but this is classic as it also pertains to the calls of the matches and stuff like that too. So those are the over there. But if it's a little bit too loud and it's distracting, I'll try to lower it. But remember that Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler calls on this are just as iconic as anything else. But you know what? I probably do have to lower it. I think it's a little too loud.
And I hope and I pray that does not happen. This match has so much riding on it, JR.
All right, so we got Mankind coming out first. Mahomes, what's up, Kaido? Mahomes is going to get back to the. Okay. You don't really need to hear it. You're going to really want to see more than you're going to want to hear. But so we got Mankind coming out right now with a steel chair in his hand, looking all disheveled. This is the first time she's ever seen Mankind. So, what do you think?
I don't know yet. You gotta watch.
See, we complain about wearing masks all the time, but Mankind wore a mask in a professional wrestling ring for like 10 years, and like he never complained. So
Interesting.
This is the old Hell in a Cell. As you remember when we watched it, it was all red and it looked a little bit different, but this is the old Hell in a Cell. All right, Indigo, I'm glad you got it. King Base Up, if I can find something like that, I will eventually. I figured I wanted to go as crazy as I could get, but also, make it so it wasn't too crazy. I think Japan might be. That's a little bit. I have like deathmatch DVDs that I got years ago as a gift, and I watched a little bit of it. You guys know that's not my favorite kind of wrestling. This match is exceptional because I love the competitors, but yeah. This absolutely is the real Hell in a Cell, Hosey, 100%. So now, usually, as you know, everybody starts in the ring. But
yeah, I'm like, what is he doing?
Mankind is a little crazy, and he decided that instead of starting inside the ring, he's going to climb up on top of the king, on top of the cell.
Okay.
AJ, I usually don't watch pay-per-views live. I would tomorrow, but I'm going to actually watch the Rumble with a bunch of people. But maybe on one of the next streams that I do. I'm sorry, one of the next pay-per-views, I'll try to jump on. Yeah, Indigo. Even I don't even know if I can show the WCW Vader versus Cactus Jack match. It might be a little bit trial by fire is right. So one of the things that Tamara and I talked about before was that you said the one thing you do like about wrestling is like the entrances and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I think that the fact that like each wrestler has their own kind of like character and they come in with like different costumes. I love the women personally, just because I'm a woman, obviously. But
since what? Unbelievable.
Anyway. Like the music and the entrances and the smoke and like the dramaticness of it. I love all of that.
So I actually mentioned earlier to Tamara. Tamara's very big into Broadway. We've gone, you guys know I've talked about Hamilton on Dave's streams. I've talked about Hamilton here. I've talked about Hamilton because I won't shut up about it. So Tamara obviously was the person who I watched this with, and so she's very big into theater, musical theater, all that kind of stuff. And I said, wrestling's kind of like Broadway because it's live. It's, just like Broadway with beatdowns.
I haven't seen The Undertaker before.
This is the first time you've seen The Undertaker?
Yeah.
See what I'm dealing with here, guys? Katie, what's up? How are you?
Hi, Katie.
We get to watch wrestling with you twice, 2 days in a row. This is going to be crazy.
Wrestling is totally Broadway. It has certain aspects, yeah.
Now, I completely agree with that, Hosey. I love the comparison because it's live. Yes, Base Up Hamilton again. 100% yes.
Have you watched it, King Base Up? Because, like, if you watch it, I promise you'll probably be hooked.
Yeah, Tommy, that's a good one. The Brood entrance is good. Oh, here we go. So now he realized that Mankind was up there, so now he went to go chase him. Inigo, yeah, I'm waiting for that too. Oh, you'll find out later. Don't worry. Hosey Hamilton was really good. I loved it.
It's the shit.
So now, unconventionally, we're starting off, instead of starting off in the ring, we're starting off on top of this cell. And you can see it's all steel, it's all mesh, and that doesn't feel good.
He didn't see that coming. Like, it was like right behind him with the chair.
No, he obviously he didn't.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh.
King Super, I love Mick Foley. I'm a huge Foley fan.
It's Foley.
All right, Base Up. I mean, that's on you. Yeah, you see the whole structure is starting to sag a little bit now, and that's it's a little scary. Yeah, Inigo, I love Mick Foley. He's top 10 for me. We're gonna take a fighting back here. All right, you ready?
Whoa! How many? Wait. Oh shit! He looks like he's like really hurt, actually. I mean, but like, why wouldn't he have done that though? Because that's like the perfect opportunity when you're like all the way on the top. So
yeah,
damn, I mean, that was savage. He's not getting on.
Yeah, that's a very extremely risky. Like we know, he tried not to hit the monitors. All this. Look how far that is. Here we go. One more time.
I wonder if he broke anything. Shit.
On that, no, he did not.
So savage. His name is Randy.
almost, Harry. Yeah, he did. I think he did. He might have dislocated his shoulder on that. Oh. Yeah, and I'm okay with that, Harry. I appreciate the fact that they're trying to look out for people's safety. I mean, nobody should do this. He hasn't broken anything yet, is right. So you can see that they're trying to, make sure that he's all right, because obviously, I mean, that's a pretty steep fall.
Yeah, you think?
AJ, me too. Me too. And the thing about it, Super, is that Mick was one of those guys where he felt like by doing what he's doing, he's giving back to the business, so he's okay with the pain that he took. My God, this is money. This is captivating. We're watching the show another replay. So imagine this. It's 1998. You're hanging out with your friends. You're in your friend's living room. You're like, let's watch Hell in a Cell. And this is what you see for the first time.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
And that's legit 15 feet off the ground in the air. just went flying and landed through an announce table with no crash padding or anything like that. There you go. Harry was born in 1998, so Harry, watching this one when it happened, might not have even been physically possible. So,
Right on his back.
Yep. And, you know, and like in all honesty, it was the way he fell was actually the best because he distributed his weight against the table in a lot of different places. Yeah, exactly, Hosey. Yeah, exactly, Kaido. I thought this was just crazy enough, but not too crazy. Well, AJ, we've actually watched one Hell in a Cell match before this. Actually, two. We watched Roman and Jey Uso, and we watched Sasha and Bayley. But this is a different kind of Hell in a Cell, as you can obviously see. This match lasted for about 2 minutes before now we're almost at a stop. They're bringing out a gurney. Undertaker's still on top of this thing, and they're raising the cell, and he's still standing on top of it, which is an insane.
Wait, so like, is there gonna be a match then, or is it over?
Well, they think that as of right now, he's got no chance to return and continue. I mean, after that, you know. That's right, Indigo. That's right. King Base Up, I was live at the first ever Elimination Chamber, so that's something I probably would show her at one point. There's Vince McMahon, so you can see the owner of the company. He
doesn't look happy.
Yeah. Hosey, I don't know, to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know if you can call it a match.
It doesn't seem like it's a match because, that's it. Like, it was over, right? Like that.
Well, that's
unless he pops out of the stretcher and then like he goes back up on top of the cage or something.
Yeah, Jay Marshall, that's not on my list. And you know how big of a Jericho fan I am. I mean, you know, like, and it's one of those things where, like, oh, AJ, that whole pay-per-view was great. Every title changed hands in that. But what are you doing? No.
I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Looking at what?
Is there a match or is it? Ooh.
Hey, listen, you got to watch. So now they're bringing the cage down. I mean, because, you know, Undertaker's still standing on top of the Hell in a Cell. So
I just predicted it. I just predicted it's going to happen.
Maybe.
I'm a writer too, so that explains it.
Yeah, Base Up, I got to explain a lot before we get there. Yeah, Andy Ruiz, I agree. Yeah, Indigo, it's crazy to think that that's the case, but it's true.
Okay, he's coming down.
So Undertaker's finally coming down now. He's like, and also just want to let you know, Undertaker's actually wrestling this match with a broken foot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's up.
He's back. And he's smiling. His shoulder's dislocated, but up he goes. Listen to this reaction. Like, you don't hear this anymore. They don't cheer like this anymore. And he's back on top. Like, could you imagine that after falling that far, climbing back up?
Absolutely amazing here.
These guys are just trying to, like, fight each other and not fall. You can see the cage is sagging through.
Oh! What was the point of climbing up there? He just fucking fell on his back again.
So here's the thing. What you just witnessed right there wasn't supposed to happen.
It was an accident?
So he was supposed to get chokeslammed just like he was on the top of the cell, but he was supposed to just land on there. That was not supposed to break.
Oh, well, that's probably why they don't do this anymore.
Oh, they do.
It's
happened many of times.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah.
Maybe it's like a stronger case.
Yeah, Hosey, you're 100%. It's the world's biggest botch, and it's not even anybody's fault except for the people who put the cage together. You know, Undertaker just trying to just choke slamming Terry Funk for no damn reason. Tommy, I mean, all you got to do is go on the network. I can't do picture in picture. The WWE owns this. I get shut down. Come on. Look at this. And now watch the chair. It comes down, hits him right in the face.
don't have a damn clue. There's shoes, there's chairs, there's caps, there's a cage hanging, and there's a human being.
And just think about this. After all that, he's still conscious and he's still going.
What more can you do to a human being?
Yeah, super. That definitely was. You could say he doesn't even look like he's all the way there right now. You definitely can't show this, Albert. WWE and UFC are extremely strict with their copyrights. Yeah. And now they're gonna. Now this is almost like this is where the match starts.
Oh.
That is his tooth coming out of his nose. The chair came down, whacked him in the face, and his tooth ended up, well, where you just saw. Hanging out of his nose. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. That's the nose spot.
That's the nose spot, and to go 100%. Yeah, his tooth went through his nose. Ron Hawthorne, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, you coming here, spending some time, throwing a like on here does amazing things for me, so I appreciate it.
Oh, crap. Oh, God.
Yeah.
No. Ooh.
So Inigo said that you hate wrestling now.
I mean,
she's captivated, dude. Look at her face. She's in it. True Sinister, what's up, buddy?
I just want to see Foley come back, though.
Well, see, now this is the thing, and everybody, you realized earlier, people were talking about things called a double turn. That's a term in wrestling that means that somebody who's a bad guy turns into a good guy, and somebody who's a good guy kind of turns into a bad guy. You'll see after this match, Mankind actually winds up becoming sympathetic as everybody feels bad for him after he did all of this. Well, he moved out of the way there, so at least he came back there. And he became a good guy because everybody wanted to like him after this. Like, how could you not respect the fact that this man just put his body through all this for your entertainment? True Sinister, we're doing a watch-along of the 1998 Survivor Series match between Undertaker and Mankind, Hell in a Cell. Don't send Minoru Suzuki everywhere.
Wait, Asuka, I think I might
have Asuka?
Asuka?
Asuka, yeah, that's how you say it.
Asuka.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have seen her.
You might have, yeah.
Yeah.
We watched some of the Evolution pay-per-view too, at one point. So that's another thing where we didn't watch everything. No, we didn't. She didn't see your girlfriend Nikki Bella wrestle Harry. I know that you're gonna ask. Hosey, I'm trying to like keep her into it. So here's the thing. I wanted to go hardcore for the stream because I think her reactions were gonna be better. I'm gonna start trying to show her a little bit more. Some more stuff, maybe some more technical stuff, maybe some more high flying stuff, just to see what her reaction is and what she kind of likes and gravitates to. But as of right now, she seems.
Well, it's a slow match.
Well,
I don't know.
So Undertaker's got his head is busted open. He's bleeding all over the place. Wow, Ron Hawthorne, I actually didn't know that. King Super, don't get heat with Harry now. So now, not only is it that they're inside all this steel and stuff like that, they're using chairs and weapons and stuff like that on each other, so it makes it even better. Harry, that was a great Hell in a Cell match. The best tag team Hell in a Cell match I think we've ever seen. Maybe the only, but definitely the best. No, it definitely wasn't the only. Yeah, Jose, that's one of the ones that's on my list too eventually, especially because Liger and his costumes and stuff like that. I think she'll dig that. So now this guy got thrown off of a 15-foot cell and went through a table. Then got choke slammed through the top of the cell and went through that. And then is still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So could you imagine like that happening to you and thinking like, oh, I still have to continue doing what I'm doing?
No, I'd probably go home, but that's just me.
So now he's got a bag in it, and now what's in the bag?
Oh shit!
So
well, that's
yes. So he's gonna try to knock him into those thumbtacks.
don't tell me what's gonna happen.
Well, that's what he's doing.
No.
Oh, you know it. Oh, look at you, Tom. Welcome.
Oh crap! Yeah, I was afraid that was gonna happen.
Thumbtacks. You would be happy about that, Tom, you psycho.
Hey, Tom.
Yep, thumbtacks. The fun's coming now. So now what he's doing is he's got his fingers into the gullet of the Undertaker right now, like trying to choke him out, basically. Oh, Jay Marshall, that's another good one. Orton versus Foley, and also the Royal Rumble Triple H and Foley match is another one. TLC, I'm definitely gonna show her. Undertaker and Mankind, Hell in a Cell, Tom.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen now?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna backfire.
Yeah.
Ouch. Is he a glutton for abuse, this guy?
A little bit, right? A little bit of a glutton for punishment, right? Well, Harry, you know I like anything Macho Man, so. But he's got him in his arms, and his elbows, and his back.
Shit.
And if you think one wasn't enough. Poor Mick.
I feel like he just signed up for it, though.
He did, but still, you still kind of feel bad. Tombstone.
Yeah.
Mercifully, that's over.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh.
Base Up, thanks for hanging out, man. You just made it to the end of the match, so that was cool.
So Foley had like no opportunities there.
Well, he did some stuff, but
barely anything.
Unfortunately, for the most part, he kind of got abused. Yes.
Mm.
By the way, Base Up, let's go Celtics. Now they want you to watch like a whole bunch of other stuff. Jose, yeah, he was definitely concussed after the choke slam, which is the second move of the match, really. So yeah, the Lakers are the Jets of basketball. Don't insult the Jets like that compared to the Lakers.
He was concussed probably 95% of the match. I'd say so, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, and when he fell through the top of the cell, through the opening, he got a concussion right there.
Night, Ron. Thanks for joining.
Oh, Ron Hawthorne. Thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate it. So she's getting this down already. She's better than I. She's a better host than I am. She's gonna kick me off my own damn channel. She's gonna learn about wrestling, and then she's gonna start doing all this and do it like 10 times better than anybody else has ever done. So. Then again, you guys would probably rather see and listen to her than me. So.
Mick doesn't remember 90% of this match.
So the funny thing is that after this match, you know, if you watch, finish my video, probably Harry. I will get to it. I promise you. But the funny thing is that after this match, if you watch Beyond the Mat and they do like a little behind the scenes of this, he's walking around and talking like he's totally normal, but you can tell he's absolutely concussed. Like there's no doubt. In the soles of his boots, you can see all the thumbtacks that are just laced in there. So here we go. This is the first thing that happens to him. He gets thrown off the top, somersaults all the way off of it, lands back first through a table, which explodes upon impact. Then he gets chokeslammed through the top of the cell with the chair coming down and smacking him in the face with his tooth, drives his tooth through his nose. And then he gets thrown twice into thumbtacks. And tombstones for the end. So what'd you think? So we're gonna pause this. Mark Shrike, what's up, buddy? How are you?
That is probably one of the craziest matches I think I've seen so far.
It's probably the craziest.
Yeah, because there's, I don't think any other, like, out of the two Hell in a Cell matches we watched, they just used like a chair or something. It wasn't as like, you know, hurt.
As intense as getting thrown off the top of it or getting beat up with chairs, getting thrown through thumbtacks.
No, definitely not. That was a little, that was pretty extreme. I mean, I've heard that Foley has a reputation for wanting, like, he did like the craziest shit when he was, you know, like in the WWE. Or, but yeah, that's pretty crazy that they were all like okay with doing that and like getting thrown off fucking 6 feet. The thing.
Jay Marshall, yeah, that is a good suggestion. Yeah, he did.
Was a madman.
Absolutely. You know, when Mick Foley, came from a place in the business where he worked Extreme Championship Wrestling. He worked in Japan, and their style is much more hardcore. So that's like what he wanted to bring to WWF at the time when he went there. This is like his kind of style of wrestling that he brought over from Japan and from ECW to the WWF. And after this, like, people getting hit in the head, you know, like, and stuff like that, and getting things broken over them and stuff like that becomes commonplace almost. So, and yeah, and he does. He does. He gets up and he walks away from all this. After everything he took, he got up and walked away. And not only that, if you guys remember, interferes in the main event, Austin versus Kane, First Blood match. So after all of this, after the beating he got, he came back out and even did like another thing about a half an hour after this.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'd be like, ice pack.
Yeah, I would be like, you know what? Whatever. King Super, yeah, I mean, to a point. I mean, if you want to go with like the exploding ring, double barbed wire death matches he had, yeah.
Smelling salts.
Jose, in this match, I think we realized that it definitely worked amazingly because this was, I mean, that exactly, Jay. You know, I mean, that bump from the top of the cell through the cell to the mat, which is one of the most insane accidents that ever happened in professional wrestling. I mean, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Now, let me ask you something. Like, do they they don't allow any of this extreme stuff anymore? Because from what I've seen, like, currently it doesn't look as bad.
So it's not that they didn't allow it, but they've shied away from it because of concussion protocols. Them realizing that doing stuff like this to their bodies isn't, safe, and it makes the company look bad, and it makes, the performers look bad. They do things like this. Like, they have done stuff like this. Like, WWE used thumbtacks maybe 5 years ago, but it's definitely not commonplace. It definitely doesn't happen anymore, anywhere near as often as it does now. And they've outlawed a lot of stuff that you've seen. But
do you think like the fans like this more
Yes.
than like what it is now?
Yeah, so that's a big thing. So Jose even put up, he said, this is the PG era now, and a lot of people blame WWE for going to a more PG product for the fact that the product isn't, as successful. I don't believe that's the case, but a lot of people want to see this kind of stuff. But by the same point, it's also unfair to ask performers to do these things.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess if you get someone like Mick who wants to do it, then I don't know,
Yeah.
you can't do it anymore.
AJ even said we prefer WWE back
Definitely
in the day.
prefer
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Mick, if you didn't know, that's another thing. Mick also 5 years before this lost an ear in a match. He did this thing called the hangman where he got his head caught between the top and middle ropes and he swung himself over. He used to do that all the time, but they tightened the ropes because the guy who went on before them said they were too loose. So when he went to go slip his head out, his ear came off with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so he has like a nub for one of his ears. Yeah, so that's Mick Foley for you.
It's not black and white.
Yeah, and I agree, AJ. Believe me, there are a lot of guys that are, there are a lot of guys that I love today that I wish would get a little bit more respect because I feel like if they're not, back in the Attitude Era, everybody kind of just craps all over them. So, I agree. There are generations, different. Aw, King Super, that's so sweet.
Work hazards, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit, Tom. Just a little bit. Just falling off the top of very big things and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. But apparently, Dave turned his stream off just because because I was live streaming. Even though I told him 3 times yesterday I was going live at 8:00. But that's Dave for you. I mean, look, we'll hang out for a little bit longer, and then if you guys, I'll text Dave and tell him to, start his up so you guys can go join him over there. But yeah, I mean, so like overall, like. What did you prefer more? Did you prefer seeing stuff like this or like the stuff I've shown you before?
I don't know. I think honestly, I prefer the stuff before.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
so this is like an every once in a while kind of a thing for you, like a wow factor, right?
Yeah, it was just like a shock to the system kind of a match, but like I prefer to like watch, I guess, strength. Because I think like I get impressed when like if I see Roman Reigns like
without a shirt on. Yes, we know. Yeah, get you impressed.
Not just without the shirt on, all right? Like his actual strength and like, the women too.
Yes.
Just like using their body weight and everything else. Like I think that's a little more interesting to watch. Just my
Dave,
opinion.
I appreciate that. We're gonna jump off in like another like 10-15 minutes, so you can jump right on right after that. I appreciate that though. You're the man. Now, see, look, I was in your chat yesterday. You're in mine today. We just finished the Hell in a Cell match, which is
yeah, AJ, I know. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Cannot lie.
Apparently, I don't compare. So, Harry, I haven't shown her a Charlotte match yet. I'm probably going to show her eventually the Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda match from Mania. I think the first ever WrestleMania that was main evented by women is just it's a landmark thing, and I think that's something that you'd probably be interested in.
Yeah.
Women's wrestling is definitely a better product now than it had ever been pre 7 years ago. 100%, Jose. And that's the thing. I'm glad now that, that me and Tamara are together now. I feel like if we were together earlier and she would have saw what women's wrestling was, she would have hated wrestling. And, to be fair, a lot of women are, feel that way. It's amazing that you see, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks talk about how like, oh yeah, even back in the day when the girls used to because they used to just come out and they were all out for their looks and they would do like
right, like yeah, like Sasha and
right, they can wrestle. Before that, they were all about their looks, so they would just come out and they would like have bikini matches and like pudding matches and stuff like that. Yeah, and I know that's not
that's like a kind of stereotype thing. Like, I mean, the guys probably liked it, but like, I wouldn't want to watch that. But I prefer watching like the women,
be athletic,
freaking badass,
right?
Like, yeah.
So that was, but indicative of the times. We're talking about 1998, right around the same time period, where it was like you can see this is what we wanted: blood and guts and hardcore and stuff like that, and half naked women. That was what everybody wanted to back in the day. Right, Andy. Look, it's one of those things where when I was in junior high school, when Sable was walking around half naked, did I enjoy that? Yes, that was cool for junior high school Albert, but when you get to now, I love women's wrestling. I love the fact that women are now more empowered to do more of this kind of stuff, and we're more interested in this. And we had a women's only pay-per-view, and we had women main event WrestleMania. I think it's long overdue, and I think they busted their asses to get to where they are, and they deserve it. And yeah, King Super, the Knockouts division in TNA was fantastic back in the day. And that was one of the things that really spearheaded this fact that we would sit there and look at women and realize they can do more than just, be eye candy. They can wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Kaido.
Charlotte is a better athlete than half the men on the roster. Oh.
Jose, I completely agree. I think Charlotte's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Tessa Blanchard, one of the best wrestlers on the planet. It doesn't make a difference, whether a male or a female. Jay Marshall, the idea of the Diva Search was fun. And that's the thing, Kaido. Gail Kim and Molly Holly, they could both wrestle. Trish and Lita, too, were both good wrestlers, after they learned and they trained and stuff. Luna Vachon, Victoria. We have, there were women back in the day that were, like Mickie James, that were coming out of the Attitude Era that we knew that could work, that were really good. They were wrestlers, well, Andy Ruiz, that's what masked wrestlers are also good at too. Shap, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Victoria, exactly. Sensational Sherry. These were women, the fabulous Moolah, Mae Young. These were women who could wrestle before this whole scenario. They weren't just there for eye candy, but they were just in the wrong era. And you wonder, and it was the amazing thing when, the first Women's Royal Rumble, you had Trish Stratus, Lita, who were like revolutionary in the time period in 1998 where women were more eye candy. They moved forward and started wrestling each other. By the early 2000s, they were having matches. And China. How could we all forget about China? You have all these women who were fantastic athletes and got to show it off and show that they could wrestle. And they weren't just there to just, because they had cleavage. And, it's amazing to see where it came from. Like, if I showed you any women's match in the whole 1998 pay-per-view run, you probably would hate every single one of them.
So, okay, if I were to watch a women's wrestling match, what would you say would be the equivalent of this one?
What, something that, women have had Hell in a Cell matches before.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Sasha Banks had a Hell in a Cell match. If you want to watch that, we can watch that.
I like the Bailey one with her and Sasha Banks when, Sasha gets back at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we watched really the first couple of matches of that Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We watched the Roman match with Jey Uso, and then we watched the Bailey and Sasha match. So, so they've done stuff like this, but it's never this violent.
I know that was violent.
Yeah. Becky versus Sasha was great. All their matches are usually great. And I like the Charlotte versus Sasha Hell in a Cell match too.
So maybe that should be our next one.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy. I tell you what, I will, for our next live stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to Tamara to pick out what she wants to watch. So what I'll do is I'll highlight a couple of, of the more prominent women's matches that are out there. And maybe I'll narrow it down to 5. Okay. I'll let you pick which one you want to watch. And then when we come back live, we'll do it again.
Awesome. What do you guys think? Yeah, why not? All right.
All right. I like it. AJ, I agree. The Bailey and Sasha match was, and that's the first wrestling match she's ever watched, ever, period. It's the first match I showed her, and she was enthralled throughout the entire thing.
Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
she's a beast.
She is. Harry's favorite wrestler is Nikki Bella. So that's why he keeps suggesting Nikki Bella matches.
Gotcha.
See, all right, King Kaido. So you're down. Everybody seems to be down with this idea. So it's gonna be fun. We'll try to make this a thing. We had my friend Tom in here before. I'm gonna get him on to do some stuff because Tom is the definition of a casual wrestling fan. Tom's the kind of person where, as a matter of fact, we were talking about. We watched the trailer for King Kong versus Godzilla today. And I was like, damn, this is so cool. Like, this looks awesome. I actually really want to see this. And he was like, there's problems with the way that they have Godzilla doing certain things. And I was like, You like are me only like about like the way like you would be about wrestling, seeing somebody like Goldberg come back, got Tom's attention. He was like, oh, that's cool. Goldberg's back. Like I would want to see that. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, oh, I don't want to see Goldberg come back and have a world title match. But I'm sitting there watching the trailer, and Tom's like, there's so many problems here. I'm like, but this was badass. I want to watch this. So, there's hardcore fans of different things and stuff like that. I suggest the Mega Powers exploding. Dave, I really want to show her that entire arc at one point. I did show her before the Austin Rock match. I showed her the intro, the Austin Rock My Way intro, and I was like, this is probably the best like intro to a wrestling match ever.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah, so it looks like an Indigo, and apparently Tom was trying to explain this all to me, but I don't really watch a lot of King Kong and Godzilla movies. It just looked really cool watching them beat the crap out of each other. So I was like, I'm down. yeah, we should. I mean, we could watch the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth wedding. It was the only wedding I think that ever went off without a hitch in wrestling history. So, well, that might be it, Dave. I mean, like I don't really watch those kinds of movies. He showed me the trailer. He's excited about it, and he was like, "Oh, there's so many issues I have with it," and we didn't get into it, but yeah. What's your suggestion, AJ? What do you got? Hit me with it. Jay, look, look. I hope so too. So tomorrow night, that's what we're talking about. Drew McIntyre is facing Goldberg, so you're going to be watching that with us.
Okay.
A lot of like more hardcore wrestling fans, like more wrestling fans. Dave actually.
You heard because Albert will get mad at me. Oh, okay.
WrestleMania 3, Savage and Steamboat, Hogan and Andre. Those are on my list. AJ, 100% on my list. Yeah, Jay Marshall, that's a really good one. I didn't think that's probably edited out of the network now. Personally, think it's because Godzilla seems scaled down, but personally, I don't care. I want to see Chernobyl lizard fight a big monkey. Shap, I'm the same way. Just let the two of them tear each other apart.
Dave is afraid of Albert. Confirmed.
Indigo, you should have known that already. So Goldberg's facing Drew McIntyre for the world title, and a lot of people aren't happy because Goldberg is not a everyday wrestler.
Okay.
No. See, Dave, that's completely different. No, here's the thing. What me and Dave were talking about is the fact that there was a match between Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. We're on a tag team, and Macho Man's girlfriend at the time, Miss Elizabeth, was his manager.
Okay. So
in the middle of the match, Miss Elizabeth gets thrown into the way of Macho Man getting thrown out of the ring, and Macho Man falls on top of him. You know what? I shouldn't show this Indigo, but I'm gonna just to piss off Dave. So now Hulk Hogan. Now the two guys that they're facing, it's one guy who's about 350 pounds, another guy who's about 400 pounds. So now Hulk Hogan takes it upon himself to take Miss Elizabeth, scoop her up, and leave Macho Man there to get beat up by these 350-pound and 400-pound monsters by himself while he takes the Macho Man's girlfriend into the back to get medical attention. Now, there were referees by the ringside. There was medical personnel there. His best friend was in the middle of the ring getting beat up by a combined two guys at a combined weight of 750 pounds. He took it on himself to walk to the back and drop her on there and look and watch after the whole time, not give a crap about his best friend. And Dave thinks that that's okay. And the entire time, no, Hogan was not being a good friend, Harry, and you know that. You know the entire time he had lust in his eyes. Yeah, he always had lust in his eyes for Elizabeth. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. That's how Macho Man sounds. So that's a Macho Man impression. Sorry for thinking that Macho Man can handle himself and take care of an injured woman who needs his help. Dave, there was plenty of people that could have done that. Hulk Hogan could have stayed there and not have his friend get beat up by two giant men. There were 3 referees down there. Come on. Lust in his eyes, Dave. He had lust in his eyes the entire time. Yeah.
I mean, what would you pick, the girl or the ring?
All right. So if me and Tom got into a bar fight and you got knocked down, Would you rather Tom pick you up and carry you away and me get the shit beat out of me by two people? Or would you rather Tom just check on you, make sure you're okay, wave somebody else and say, hey, take care of her while he assists me in not getting the living crap beat out of myself?
Well, I think the better choice is if he helps you, obviously. But that's different. Like, we're not talking about professional wrestling here.
So there we go. There we go, Dave. It's settled. I was right. A little bit too
Wait,
long.
what?
A little bit too long. Shap, exactly. Exactly. Andy Ruiz, lust in his eyes. Yeah.
I don't know. The girl being carried away is kind of a better story. See, it was memorable. You remember it.
A better story, sure. Yes, that's the whole
Yeah.
idea. But the entire time, Hulk Hogan, was like doing things with Miss Elizabeth that didn't seem right. He put his Macho Man put her up on his shoulders at one point, and then like he tried to balance her, but his hand looked like it was right on her butt. That's not cool.
Well,
that's not Hulk Hogan's butt.
I mean, they probably settled it.
And then they won the match, and instead of like Hulk Hogan celebrating with Macho Man and giving him a hug, he went and hugged Elizabeth first. I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah, see, you can see why Macho was jealous. It was like, hey, since this isn't Dave's channel, we can talk about HBK here. No, Inigo, please don't. I don't want to get Dave started. Imagine if Tamara becomes a Hogan fan. AJ Envoy, don't wish that upon me, please. Oh, Harry Flynn, I know, the stupidest ending I've ever seen in my life. AJ Envoy, I hope if my girlfriend, I swear to God, becomes a Hulk Hogan fan, I hope your girlfriend's favorite wrestler is Roderick Strong. At least she'd be wrestling. At least she's like a good wrestler, not a roided up freak like Hogan. If you're Macho also used that butt to distract other wrestlers by ripping her skirt off. Macho Man did not rip her skirt off. Miss Elizabeth ripped her skirt off herself. Yes, Shap, I do. I can, it's different. It feels good. She has good taste. I don't know. Does she? I mean, she's with me, so, who knows?
I think I do.
As you can obviously see, I outkicked my coverage, like, exceedingly. So thank God. Hulk couldn't help himself. It was the heat of the moment, telling him what his heart meant. EJK, I don't care. In the heat of the moment, Hosey, that was a rumor. You know it. She likes strength, and Hogan is way stronger than Macho. I don't think so. And Macho Man was always clean.
Yeah, you're talking to a Macho Man fanatic here, so I don't think he'd agree with you.
She
I
knows,
do like strength, though.
She knows that Macho's better than Hulk Hogan, right?
I haven't really seen a match between them.
He is.
So I wouldn't know.
No, he is.
He is?
Yeah. That's why there's.
I'd have to see it.
That's why there's a shelf dedicated to Macho Man right over there, and I have 2 Hulk Hogan figures. That's it, because Macho's way better.
I gotta see it and form my own opinion.
Fine.
Sorry, babe.
Fine, we will.
Yeah.
You're gonna like Macho better anyway.
All right.
He's more flamboyant. He's got the robes. He's got like the better costumes. He's way better anyway.
You mean Macho Man?
The Macho Man, yeah. Hey, listen, Dave. I give Hogan all the credit in the world. He had giant arms, but Machos weren't too far behind. Extra vitamins, Hosey. Extra vitamins. That's a good question. Do you have a favorite wrestler?
Not yet. I feel like I haven't seen enough matches to like have a favorite.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Inigo, you are not wrong.
Well, thank you, Inigo Montoya. Elizabeth ultimately chose Hogan. Oh, snap.
There's a lot to that. And she was just trying to get Macho Man mad. They had already been divorced at the time, so
Oh, okay. It's a whole entire backstory.
It's a whole thing. Yes,
right.
yes.
I'd have to see it then. I kind of want to see it now. It sounds interesting.
Well, that's like years later, so that's even in a different company that this happens. But I mean, we can delve into the whole Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth, Hulk Hogan story if you'd like. I'd be okay.
Thank you, Tamara. You're welcome.
Oh, so Dave, if you would have watched from the beginning, Tamara admitted again that the only wrestlers that she knew was The Rock and Andre the Giant because they were in movies, and she had no clue who anybody else was.
I wasn't making that up.
When I showed her Rock versus Austin because I wanted to show her a match with The Rock in it, and I showed her Rock versus Austin at WrestleMania 17, and she was like, "Oh, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, I've seen that guy before. Yeah, okay." So she had she knew of him. Yes, that is me and Dave's eternal struggle is Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Yeah, yeah. That's where we it's where we differ.
You never saw Rocky 3? Yeah, I've seen Rocky 3.
Well, Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 3. He was Thunder Lips. Remember, Rocky has the exhibition fight with the guy before, with the wrestler, and then before he has the match with he fights Clubber Lang.
See, this is how I remember movies. Which one had the monologue with the son? Like, where he has that long monologue, "Life isn't sunshine and rainbows." That's Rocky 3, right?
Yeah, it is.
Where like the son is like, "I'm tired of like being in your fucking shadow." Yeah, so I've seen that movie then.
Yeah, so Hulk Hogan's in that movie actually. She also
John Cena.
She
also
I've
heard of John Cena.
Yeah, she's heard of John Cena at least. I the next match I want to show her is AJ versus Cena from Royal Rumble. That's on my list of the next match I want to show her. But actually,
Rocky 5. Okay, Rocky 5. So then, no, I don't remember Rocky 3. I don't think then.
All right. So then, the other thing is that Tamara knew who Hulk Hogan was from the Muppets movie, though.
Yeah, Muppets in Space. Good movie, guys.
And Tamara didn't even know he was a wrestler. She just thought he was just a guy who came in.
I just thought his part was really funny. I didn't know who he actually was, though.
See, Dave? Shap. Normally, I would say yes. And there's a lot of things that me and Dave don't argue about anymore because it doesn't make sense. Like, we try not to bring up Roman Reigns' name ever because we differ on Roman Reigns so much. But Macho versus Hogan usually leads to me and Dave both doing Macho and Hogan impressions, and I like that. So that's fun. Did you see Gremlins 2?
No. Oh my God, you're all gonna kill me. I haven't even seen the first Gremlins.
There you go.
But I've done a monologue from it.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Rocky 3 with Ice-T. Yes. Okay.
Mr. T.
Maybe I just didn't like it that much. I love the first movie, obviously. But I just don't remember Rocky 3. I gotta watch it again.
We're gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Jose, I think it looks great. I think it's gonna be an amazing season. It was Rocky 6, yeah. So it was Rocky 6. That's the movie you were talking about.
Inigo is mind blown.
Yes, I know. Well, Shap hasn't seen it either, so there we go.
Oh, okay, good. I'm not alone.
All right, well, it's 9:00, guys. Dave wanted to stream, so why don't you guys all shoot over to Dave's stream and continue the conversation here over there, so Dave can get everybody over there and get like probably triple the amount of viewers that I got. But thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys for watching along. 11 likes, 16 of you in here right now. It means a lot to me. It really from the bottom of my heart. Look, Inigo, I agree. I'm going to try to start doing streams on every Monday now that Dave's not able to do it. So I'm going to start doing them right here. So join me here for that. And we'll do another one. I'll, stay tuned to my social media on Twitter, on Facebook. And, Tamara's been tagged in all those. If you follow me, follow her too.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys the next time with our next one.
I had fun, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for coming. Have
a good night, guys.